Come in.
They came as soon as you called. What's happening?
Yeah, well...
Eve.
See. And you, what are you doing here?
Well, someone has to talk some sense to Whitney.
Oh, sweetheart. Oh. Are you okay?
Of course not. She gave up our grandchild for adoption. And I know it's because of you. I know you're behind this. And I'll be damned if I let you get away with it.
Welcome to Family Feud for the new millennium. And the #1 answer is incest.
You know, Eve, you are to blame for Whitney giving her baby up for adoption. Now my grandson's gonna be raised by strangers.
Daddy, Mommy didn't make me do what I did, okay?
Whitney, the most important thing in life is family. Now, Eve has made you discard your baby like it doesn't even matter.
That is not what happened.
Yes, it is. Eve has destroyed Whitney's belief in family by her own bad example.
Oh, that's not true.
So, Eve, what was plan B? Huh? To get drunk? Drive over the baby and kill it like you almost killed me?
Oh, shut up, TC. I've had enough of this.
Stay the hell out of this, Julian. You cranes have caused me enough grief. You cheated me out of my future playing tennis. Now you're helping Eve cheat Whitney out of her future with her baby. You know what? I've had enough of you. I'm gonna rip you apart.
Oh, no! Stop it! Daddy, stop it! No, stop it! Stop it! Stacey, stop! Daddy, stop!
The boys in the basement must be loving this. I know I am.
I am tired of you messing with my
Why would you attacking Eve?
Oh, gosh, this fighting isn't making anything better for anyone. It's just making it worse.
Dr. Killjoy.
Worse? Whitney gave my grandson up for adoption. How the hell could it get any worse?
You see, I didn't tell Whitney to give the baby up for adoption. I was against it. I tried to convince her not to do it.
It's what I've been trying to tell you, Daddy. Mom was against it, okay?
So, Whitney, why did you do it? Why didn't you keep your baby?
Why, indeed. When TC gets his question answered, things are going to get really ugly. And I, for one, can't wait.
All right, Whitney, tell me. Why did you give your son up for adoption? What in God's name would possess you to do such a thing?
I have my reasons, okay, Daddy?
Well, I'd like to hear them.
TC, please stop pushing her. It's been hard enough on her already.
Oh, really? Well, nobody bothered to call me to let me know that my own daughter was having my first grandchild. If it wasn't for Tabitha, I would still be in the dark.
I just thought TC would like to know.
Oh, yes, Tabitha, of course we did.
Tabitha was very sweet to care. Thank you, Tabitha. But you, Eve, you didn't have the decency to call.
You told me not to call you. You told me never to call you ever again.
Damn it, how petty can you be?
It's petty. I was just obeying your wishes, TC.
Oh, please, Eve. This was important. You didn't call TC because you didn't want him in Whitney's life.
That is not true.
Oh, yes, it is. You knew TC would never let her give that baby up. And that would mess up your plan, wouldn't it?
Plan? What plan? I didn't want Whitney to give the baby up.
Oh, yeah. And you never lied to us before, have you?
Just stay out of this, Liz. This is none of your business.
Oh, yes, it is. Whitney is my niece. And once TC and I are married, she will be my stepdaughter, so I care very much what happens to her and what you have pushed her to do.
I didn't push her into anything. I didn't want her to give up the baby.
Okay, my mother is right. She was trying to talk me out of it, Aunt Liz, okay?
Honey, I know your mother said she didn't do it. But she has lied to you and your father and your sister so many times. How can you trust a word out of her mouth?
Shut up, Liz. Give that forked tongue of yours a rest.
Damn you, Julie.
No, TC, it is okay. Just ignore him. Because the truth is, if it weren't for Eve, Whitney would have married Fox and they would have their son right now. But because of you, Eve, Whitney could not trust Fox's love. So she couldn't do it. This is your fault, Eve. You are 100% to blame.
Tabitha, I want to talk to you about Endora.
What now?
Seeing what Whitney's going through makes me more determined than ever to be part of Dora's life.
So you can do what?
So I can be a real father to her.
What? Oh, Julian, I've seen what your fathering skills have done for your other children. Your daughters want nothing to do with you. Chad and Fox are the new Brothers Grimm, and as far as little Ethan is concerned, he isn't even on your radar screen.
Gwen and Ethan adopted the boy.
Yes, because you couldn't be bothered to keep him.
I've made some mistakes, yes.
Yes, indeed you have. And I won't allow you to make any more with Endora. Oh, Julian. I'll give you points for wanting to be a part of Endora's life. But I'm afraid I can't allow it for her sake.
I'm not going to argue with you about it, Tabitha, but I'm very determined about this. I will be in Endora's life, and legally you can't stop me.
What the heck was that? The whole house was shaking.
It felt like an earthquake.
Well, my humble abode is built on a little-known fault line. Although, actually, I think that last bit of rock and roll was my antiquated plumbing. I really must get it fixed.
You've been saying that for years, Tabitha.
Yes, well, you know how busy plumbers are, dear.
This isn't your fault.
No. But even so, Whitney, and your child is our grandson. Maybe if you had talked to your father, maybe you wouldn't have given him up.
No, Mom, I did what I did for the baby's sake. There's no undoing it.
And Liz, the way she cheered TC on when he blamed you for Whitney putting a baby up for adoption.
Well, TC is right about one thing. That little baby is our grandson. Now that he's put up for adoption, we'll never know where he goes or what he grows up to look like, whether he's happy or not.
It's like losing Chad all over again.
At least we got to see him before we lose him forever.
Maybe that doesn't have to happen.
What do you mean?
Well, given that someone's going to adopt the baby, why shouldn't it be us, the child's real grandparents?
Julian, that's a wonderful idea. We'll adopt Whitney's baby.